Morning. Hey, if you're like me and have a very small shop, you also have limited outlets, so you tend to be plugging and unplugging stuff all the time. So when I was using my joiner the other day, it quit working and half my shop went dark. I thought, well, there's obviously something wrong with my cord or something along the line. And I've got some this plug here is breaking down. And so I was looking at that, and then I noticed on down here a little bit, something has cut through my cord. Which is really odd because I was using it and all of a sudden it stopped. So what we're going to do today is we're going to replace that. And we're going to replace that with one of these little cord replacements. And I'll show you how we're going to fix it. So the first thing you want to do when doing this, obviously have it unplugged, is you're going to cut all this off, cut down the wire, expose some fresh wire, and get it ready for the plug. So what I did is I took the screws out of here. If you open this up, the inside is actually printed, if you can read it. Black, white, green, you ground over here. And that's where your wires go. You got little screws that go on the sides that tighten up on the wires. So when this is, I'll close this half up. So I know I want to strip my wire back at least this far, right here. And I'm going to go just a little bit more because I want to have enough room to get into those screws. So that's how I know how far back I want to strip that wire. So you see I have plenty of wire now. I can stick it in here. And then I'll just strip this down a little bit so they will go inside of the... So I am using this handy dandy little set of pliers just because I happen to have them. And these are number 12 wires, so I put them down here in this 12, give it a good cut. And that pulls the wire off without cutting into the copper, which I normally just use a pocket knife, but sometimes you'll cut into it. So this is just a little bit better way to do it. I actually need just a little bit more meat off there than that. And I'll go ahead and finish them all up. So now with these all properly stripped, there we go. I will put them in their respective homes according to how it's labeled inside. And then tighten up the screws and hold the wire securely inside. So I just did the ground. Something you want to make sure when you do this is that only the copper is all the way down to the top of that area, and you don't get any of the insulation in the clamp. You want to make sure you're only clamping on the wire itself, and the insulation is just down to the top of it so that it doesn't short out with anything with the other wires. And now I'll go ahead and do the other two. So now they are all in their respective homes according to the labels on the plug itself. Only the copper is clamped, none of the insulation is in there. And there are no stray wires hanging out anywhere. And we're just gonna push this in, lock it down, and we'll put in the two screws to tighten it up. So here we have a restored plug. It's nice and bright so I can see it. And now I can get back to my projects. So this is a simple thing that you can do. I am not an electrician. If you have any fear of doing this, then don't. But it is a pretty simple project and get you back up and running. And it's always good to have a spare of these laying around just in case for some odd reason your wire gets cut. So thanks. Have a good day. Think, learn, build.